In this lesson, we are going to learn about artists and how they work in our modern world. So we're learning a little bit about art history, but more how artists interact with the world around us through graphic design. The other concept that we're working with today is how artists can express themselves. With graphic design, artists are often being very straightforward with their message. If they're trying to advertise a restaurant or a product, they put that in lettering, in bold letters, right up front. So this is a way of expressing ideas through words, but we're going to be drawing and illustrating and not simply writing like you do when you're writing a paper. And sometimes the lettering can convey a feeling or a meaning, as we'll see with some illustrations by an artist. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to start learning about graphic design, which is a kind of career artists can have where they express ideas, often for publication, such as doing the covers to a book or advertising images like you'd see in a magazine or on a billboard or even a television commercial. All the websites that you go to have design elements, how the letters look on the screen or on the page. That's called typography. And we're going to really dig into typography today. The first thing I'm showing you is this book, Drawing is Magic, by Jon Hendricks. He's an illustrator from the United States, and he really does some amazing stuff with hand lettering. Instead of using the computer to do his fonts, he draws them out with a pencil. And later on in this unit on typography, I'm going to ask you to use this idea sheet from the book, where you will work toward creating a book about yourself. First, you have to answer all these questions. What city did you grow up in? Who do you most want to be like? Who in your family are you most alike? What book changed your life forever? What's your favorite story from your family history? When you fill out all of these ideas, that'll give you an idea for a direction for your autobiography, where you'll give yourself a title for your book and a cover image, all part of graphic design. Jon Hendricks illustrated this book, A Boy Called Dickens. And here on the title page, you can see some of the hand lettering that he did. And in this word, Dickens, he has designed bread and a scroll and mice, a candlestick. All of these forms help to describe letters and tell us a little about the character. This is one more page I wanted you to see where his lettering is incorporated into the storytelling. Boys and girls, here's one more book illustrated by Jon Hendricks, Abe Lincoln Crosses a Creek. This is a story about a childhood event for Abe Lincoln. But I, of course, want you to notice the graphic design elements, how the letter here has depth. We're going to be working on that today. Each of the fonts you see here help to tell the story. In this spread, I made it is emphasized. And on this page, alas, alack, oh dear, splash. those words stand out because they were drawn and not just typed. Today's work will be practicing block letters by writing the whole alphabet, A through Z, in your sketchbook. I want you to add depth, that third dimension with these diagonal lines. There will be a helpful step-by-step guide in your notes. I've decided I'm going to work in my sketchbook for this project. If you have a sketchbook, you are welcome to do the same thing. And I'm going to use a ruler and draw some guidelines for my lettering. Make sure they're nice and tall, about 1 inch, 2 inches tall, so you're not writing very small. You don't want to write super small when we're doing block lettering. Nothing has to be perfect, but it helps to have some guidelines. So I'm going to draw the capital letter A first. And you know how to draw the lines to make that letter. But I want you to challenge yourself to make it a block letter. That means you're going to make a bubble around it with straight lines. And this is the beginning of typography. And a little triangle there. Now there's an A. And I'm going to switch colors to illustrate the diagonal line that's going to make this 3D. I'm going to draw a diagonal line from each corner of this letter. This is an inside corner, but it still counts. And then this shows the depth of these sides. I hope you can see how that letter took shape. I'll do the same steps for letter B. Draw a nice big capital B, and then draw a bubble around it. Again, I'm switching colors so you can see the diagonal line. And I'm going to make all of my diagonal lines today going the same direction. Now we have a curve, and the curve will actually go from this farthest edge diagonal. So my bottom will taper in. And you can do the same thing here to add some depth to your letter B. Make sure to give yourself enough space in between your letters. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to add value by hatching or drawing lines in the same direction on our depth plane where the angle is going away. We are going to add shading or value, and that will help to make our lettering look three-dimensional.